police officers lie?
Objection, the form of question,
Yes.
argumentative.
Are you actually taught in the police academy that sometimes telling a lie to a suspect can elicit information you would not otherwise get?
To my recollection, yes.
A Tallahassee cop caught planting evidence in a DUI arrest. I would have never thunk it. Let's give you the first part of a report about the incident from the outlet, Our Tallahassee.
Meet Calvin Riley. He's being stopped by the Tallahassee Police Department on South Monroe.
Hello, sir. I'm Officer Oliver with Tallahassee Police Department. Do you have
She'll
your driver's
plant evidence
license
of an empty liquor bottle in Riley's car before arresting him for an alleged DUI. Riley's license is suspended, and officers decide to arrest Riley on a first offense for his suspended
Would you be
license.
willing to do some voluntary field sobriety exercises?
Not really.
Okay. Here, go ahead and step out of the vehicle for us.
They didn't tell him the consequences of refusing that voluntary test.
Just go ahead and face the corner of the car for us. Your license is
After
suspended.
detaining Riley, they ask him if he smoked any marijuana.
Mr. Riley, I got a quick question for you.
No problem.
So I smelled marijuana in your vehicle. Did you recently smell?
No.
Once he's arrested for driving with a suspended license, they can search his car. Officer Oliver leaves the car, does a 360, and then goes back in the car, retrieving a sealed liquor bottle and pours it out. That was the sound of the seal on the liquor bottle breaking. Here's another angle. While Officer Muth questions Riley about marijuana
Did
again,
somebody else smoke in your car earlier?
Oliver tosses the empty bottle into the passenger seat. They don't find any marijuana in the car.
Extraordinary. And wouldn't you know it, there's more of this? There's part two.
Here's Officer Oliver implying to Officer Muth that the empty bottle was likely what was in a cup in Riley's center console.
Cover where like the knee would sit. There's an opening, and he had it like tucked.
Okay.
And then the whatever he had in his cup also smelled.
Then Officer Muth tells a senior officer that they found open alcohol in the car, in both a bottle and a cup.
Did y'all search the car?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing in there?
No. Well, okay, so he had a bunch of alcohol stashed in there, but
Nothing open or anything?
yeah, open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, in his like Tervis in the center console, he had a mixed drink, and then under his knee, he had a like little bottle of vodka tucked away.
When officers group to discuss the case, they all ask each other if their body cameras are off.
Still alive. Any evidence of that?
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Are you still on?
The video ends at this point.
Look at your life, America. All right, so let's tell you more about this. Riley told our Tallahassee that between posting his $750 bond, legal fees, missed work at the barbershop, he in turn missed a car payment and then another, and he decided to forfeit his car back to the dealership. The arrest report was written by Mueth, signed by Mueth Smith and booking officer. The report reads, a search of Riley's vehicle uncovered a small bottle of vodka, approximately 5 fluid ounces, that was found open in a pocket on the driver's seat cover. Just go in with the lie. Public defender representing Riley questioned Officer Oliver in a pretrial hearing held in late February. Oliver claimed she poured the liquid out because of Tallahassee Police Department policy number 42, which she said prohibited impounding liquids as evidence. It doesn't. A review of the Tallahassee Police Department policies found no policy prohibiting the collection of liquids as evidence. Did she just make up the number too? She just said, 42. Okay. Her favorite player wears number 42. This is just wacky. So let's get to the rest of it, shall we? Officer Kirsten Oliver has been deposed twice in the case. In her second deposition, public defenders handed her a copy of TPD policy number 2. However, she was unable to locate any section that prohibited impounding liquids. Oliver stated, I don't remember at least 16 times during her second deposition. She should get checked out. It could be another underlying issue here. Public Defender's Office debated in a series of pretrial motions that testimony and body cam evidence of the liquid bottle not be admitted as evidence in the trial. State Attorney's Office objected. Officer Oliver had no ill intent behind this and had no reason to believe that it would exonerate the defendant, said Assistant State Attorney Emma Hershey, personally vouching for this officer who doesn't even know the policies. It's not just the dumping out of the alcohol. They destroyed the seal. The seal is important, said Public Defender Desiree Goodfellow. They said that the policy is for open containers, Goodfellow said, but by destroying the seal, they made it inculpatory. They used the fact that the bottle was open as evidence in the report. Officer Oliver said herself on the stand that yes, an open alcohol bottle in the car is pretty big evidence for a DUI, Goodfellow said. Judge Jason Jones now, former prosecutor, overseeing the case. In a recent pretrial motion, Jones ruled to strike body cam evidence that included statements made by Riley before he was Mirandized. Riley was detained in Oliver's patrol car for over 9 minutes before being informed of his Miranda rights while restrained in cuffs. Jones didn't honor a motion by the Public Defender's Office to strike evidence of the bottle of cognac. I heard what I thought was a seal being broken, Judge Jones said, and one of the officers testified that she thinks that that's what she heard as well. That's going to be up for the jury to decide what they think. Riley's jury trial begins Friday, April 5th. Now, Oliver, who is just 26 years old, is one of the newest hires in the department as a result of TPD Chief Lawrence Revel's aggressive hiring practices. I hope you're still getting the best people, though, Chief. I hope you're not sacrificing integrity, character, understanding of the law. I hope not. Francesca, where do we start with this one? I don't like that the judge split the baby. Judge Jones, quite frankly, former prosecutor, as many judges are. If even the police say, oh yeah, I think it was the seal. Yeah. I don't know that that should be left up to a jury, although I try to have faith in juries, but we know they sometimes miss the mark or don't look like us or have our experiences when certain people go before the court. What say you?
I mean, yeah, you watch these videos, you hear the account of it, which is incredible. I'm glad. I think it's our Tallahassee that put this together. So this is the kind of local reporting that's so important that we don't often see on a national level. But it seems like an open and shut case of planting evidence on this man. But of course, if the judge is not admitting all of the evidence or is trying to tailor what the jury is ultimately going to see, you know, that's going to change whether or not this police officer is actually held accountable. Again, we rarely see them in court. So this is a step, but it's just so wild to me. You know, I watch this and I'm like, they're bored. The cops are bored, number one. Maybe they don't need all that money. Maybe they don't need all that overtime. Maybe they don't need that many people patrolling at this time. This gentleman is clearly providing no threat to anyone. Thank God it didn't end worse. But then also you think about what happened to him since. He couldn't pay his $750 bond to get out, which again, we're living in a time where the former president of the United States is out on bond from like $500,000, and yet a gentleman like this, who poses no threat to anyone, couldn't pay his $750,000 bond. His car gets impounded. He misses days at the barbershop. He misses days of work. Like, it's just on and on and on. The way that this judicial system in this country, you know, like preys upon poor and 9 times out of 10, people of color and people and Americans of color. It's wild.
He's not convicted, but he's already faced a significant punishment.
Right.
And while you have a judge knocking off a third of Donald's record-breaking, you know, judgment bond, they just put up $175 million, no big deal.
Yeah.
When it comes to this case, it's $750, which is a lot of money to this defendant, I don't see anybody doing that for him. Actually, they knocked off, what, 2/3? Okay, why not make it $250, if anything at all? Why not just, in this case, can he sign his name and he's going to report? It's sick. But I agree with you. The best and the brightest, I don't see that, doesn't know the law. acknowledged that. It was shown. Okay. Can't remember all these times. I do think there needs to be a cognitive test here. I'm thinking about her. Okay. I don't know if these particular officers wanted to audition or put themselves at the head of the line for that show that I hate, Cops, where they're just performing for the cameras. Real life people are subjected to this, and they're performing for the cameras.